Alrighty, guys. So I got all of my tracks set up, uh, and it goes all the way around. We ended up with a total of 10 wall repair stations. Something I want to show you guys real quick on this is over here. One of the things that is highly recommended, definitely, is when you have these inside corners like this, you really want to avoid having inside corners. Because if a bot flies from here to here and it's flying over this territory that's not behind your walls, and there's biters down there, they're going to kill all your bots and they're just going to go back and forth and get killed. In this particular instance, because we're setting up zones, what I did instead to fix that is that I spaced my zones so this zone ends right at that wall and this zone ends right at that wall, and since they're not going to be traveling between the zones, I shouldn't get wandering bots across here. I think I've got it taken care of. I think we're safe, but generally speaking, you don't want to do this. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is I've got a little station set up down here that says put 500 walls in, 500 repair packs, 250 lasers, 250 medium poles. And that's what's going to go on the train. Because at each stop, I'm going to put one stack of each of these. Because I figured these are the things that are going to most likely to be damaged down along the walls. It'll be nice to have the stuff down there that they can replace them. The train will continually go around and supply them, and if they're not there, or if it's got enough already, it just won't add more to it. Okay, that's the plan. Although we have not put in the provider chest down there yet. Next thing I want to do is, because with this new train system they have these train interrupts, I want to peel off here, and we're going to come up here. And I know this is like right in the middle, right in the way of my belts and what have you. This is extremely temporary. We're just setting this up because I want to basically create a fuel station or a refuel station for my train, for this train to go to, so that we can try out these new interrupts, because I want to experiment with this whole new interrupt system. Is that because there's no tracks there yet? Maybe. All right. Well, we'll go down here and we'll put the lights down here. We'll let that get set up first. All right. So light, light, light. Right. Good enough. This is temporary, so I don't care that the lights are right or wrong. We're not going to have them for very long. Light, light, light. I mean, just long enough for this thing to do its job until we get a, a real rail system set up. All right, so then we want to stop. We're going to call this stop not Nishnada. We're going to call this stop, we'll just call it fuel stop. You know, like I say, I'm nothing if not uncreative sometimes. And we are going to, let me grab some iron right now. And I want a chest. No, I don't want a steel chest. Oh, well, I got a steel chest now, too. We don't want a steel chest. We just want a chest so that we can put that in there and we can have it ready. And we're going to tell that 3 stacks because that's what a train takes. Oh. And a splitter. There we go. So now that'll give us fuel once we get a power pole down here for these guys. So now we have a fuel stop. All right. So now let's go over here. and get our train all set up. One of the things I had set up here is I have this set to read train contents. So that should read the train contents, send it down here, and tell these guys how much is on the train. So we've got these set to turn on if it's less than 500, so it'll stack to 500, etc., etc. So that should keep it from overfilling the train, as I understand it. Okay, as it used to be anyway. So locomotive, rail car, and now we're going to go through and we're going to add stations. So we're going to add the fuel stop, weight condition. I think if I say full cargo, right, and then I go over here and we're doing 4 things, right, 4 things, each of them is a full stack. So 1, 2, 3, 4 things. No, we're doing 5 stacks of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 5 and 5. That should be considered full cargo. Right? I'm pretty sure that should work that way. I think that's how it works. Anyway, so we're going to tell this waiting condition full cargo. Okay? And then we're going to start adding our stations. So station 1, and for these we're just going to do a timed wait for right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and station 10. Right, so now it's going to wait 30 seconds at each station. That'll give all of those inserters time to unload what it's wanting. We're probably going to change that later to some other condition. Maybe we'll do a signal to the post, to the pole or something. We'll see. So now I just have to go around to all of the stations and set chests down for them to receive it. We're not going to do all the stations right now. We're only going to do one, and then I'm going to blueprint it, and then I'll record all the rest of them. All right, so that will be the plan. We will go ahead and no. I didn't want fuel stop. I put fuel stop in there, didn't I? I sure did. All right, I put the wrong one. That was dumb of me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to manually back this thing up because I'm stupid. We don't want that to be the fuel stop as my first stop. We actually want this to be, all right. I'm just going to add it here at the bottom. All right, and I'll go back through and change these later. So we're going to go repair restock, and this is the one we're going to say full cargo. All right, and then we're going to add another station, and that's going to be repair 1, and we're going to say time past 30 seconds, and we're going to start with this one. And then it'll just cycle through these. I'll go back later and fix it because I'm stupid sometimes. All right, so theoretically, we should now pull up here. This should fill this, and once it hits the 500 mark for those, or once it hits the full mark for all of these, it should stop. Right, and then the train should go. What are we missing? Oh, we're missing 2 poles. Because apparently it did not put the right things in. It should have put walls. Okay. So that's something we're going to have to address. We're going to have to figure out a way to make it do what I want it to do, which is to stop, or, you know, to wait until... We may just have to put a timer on it for now. All right, so we're going to go over here to the first stop. And I'm going to take it off of automatic and put it on manual. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to get out of the train. And I want to get out of this train, and I want to set up 4 passive provider chests. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want you there yet. Alright, and then we want to set these up. This one to this one. This one to this one to this one. This one to this one. This one to this one. Alright, and then we want to set this one up for use filters. We'll do the walls. And we're going to do enable, disable, and walls. And 1 stack is 100 for walls. And then we're going to do the same thing across them, only going to change this one to lasers. And it's 50 for a stack of lasers. And we're going to use that, change this to lasers. And change this to... Okay, so we got lasers. We got, oh, repair kits. And those are 100. And we're going to change this to repair kit, or repair packs as well. And then we'll change this one to power poles. And that's 50 is a stack. And change that also to power poles. So let's check all of these now and make sure they're right. Power pole, and should be power pole, and it's not. I don't know why it didn't change it, other than maybe I was just being stupid. Power pole, pack, laser, wall. Okay, so now if we put a power pole there and a power pole there, but first let's do this. Create blueprint. Now we got our blueprint. Alright, so now I'm just going to go and we're going to put one of these down at each of these spots. Right. Did it not get the power pole in there, or is that the other? Is that the wrong blueprint? That's a blueprint. That looks like they're both the same. All right, so I did not include the power pole in the blueprint, apparently. Anyway, I just realized we're going to have to go around and do that because of the fact that the bots aren't there to be able to put this stuff down. But that's the plan. We're going to go around and set that up for all of them. Let me... I guess, you know what? No, we'll just go ahead and get on the train and do it. I wasn't going to go around to all of these stops. And we may very well not stay there. We'll just stay there as long as it takes to do it. And then we'll get the train going on its way. So let's go ahead and set this down. Oh, excuse me. All right. Some days I'm organized and some days I'm not, guys. Best I can tell you. Excuse me again. Man, been out cutting brush. And on the days that I'm out cutting brush and stuff, man, it gets dusty. All right. And we have not had rain here in over a month. And we're under a fire warning right now, as a matter of fact. So it is extremely dusty here. Three. Yeah, that's right. But since there are two of these, let's get rid of one of them so we're not confusing ourselves. And 4. Ooh. Close. That would have been a problem, huh? And 5. So the other thing we're going to need to do is we have at this point sucked all of our crude oil wells dry. They're down to that 1 or 2% per second thing where they constantly output, but they don't output hardly anything. So we are out of crude oil. So I have to go around to all of my crude oil spots and place pump jacks for all of those. So one of the things I'm going to do, because I have to do that. I also need to start looking at gathering up all the other resource patches and start vacuuming up all of those resources. So off camera, oops, that's going to be, you're going to make life difficult for me, aren't you? All right, fine. Is that just within? That is just within. There we go. So I'm going to start vacuuming up all of these resource patches. I'm not going to sit here with you guys and make you suffer through me going and putting down miners on everything. I'll do that. I'm going to do that off camera, but I wanted you guys to know what I'm up to. Is that I am going to go around and put pump jacks on everything, and I am going to get all of the mining set up for all of the miners so that we can start gathering up those resources. So that's 7, 8. Now this one, I may very well have to rearrange because I think that's an oil patch right there. There's a crude oil patch right there. So I may have to play with this rail on this one a little bit. We'll see when we get back to it, but that one may have to be moved around some. We're going to go ahead and, oops. No, we're not. Not right now, we're not. Not yet. we're going to set this up for now. But like I say, we may very well have to move this puppy around. So that was 8, number 9, number 9, again, showing my age, man. All right. And last but not least, number 10. Right? Okay, now, while we are at it, let us experiment with something else. We're going to put this into, this should start counting down when I put it into there. Yep. We're going to do this. Now we'll see if it makes it go to the interrupt instead. I thought we did it. No, we haven't done the interrupt yet, have we? Yeah, we did the interrupt. Oh, we didn't do the interrupt. All right. We have to add an interrupt. I'm sorry. I thought I put it in here already. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an interrupt. So we're going to call this interrupt low fuel. All right. So then we're going to say conditions. We're going to say fuel all locomotives. And we're going to say rocket fuel less than, let's say 10. Actually, you know, let's do 10. All right. So rocket fuel less than 10, add interrupt station, fuel stop. Right? So now, if we back this train up, and we'll go a little further, and we will tell it that we want to go to 10, right? And we've already taken fuel out of it. We've only got 5 left. So if we tell it we want to go to 10, it should go to automatic, and then it should turn around and send us to the interrupt. Yep, temporary fuel stop. So it bumped an interrupt in there. It didn't stop though, didn't it? Why didn't it stop? Is it going to take us all the way around to get to it? Where's it going? Wall 10. Oh, we didn't add a wait condition. So fuel full. Save interrupt. So if we take this fuel out of here, and then we put it back in, and we go to automatic, we go to the schedule, it should be all right. Yeah, there you go. We had to reset it, so it should go to the interrupt, and then it should go fully fueled. So it should go up here, and it should stop and wait for it to fuel up. And if it does, I'm happy. All right, so we're going to go over here. It's going to stop. It's going to fuel up. And then it's going to go about its business. And we should have... Yep. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to jump off of this thing at some point here when we're on a straight. There we go. All right. We're going to just let that run. That should do its thing now. It should go back and forth, and it should pick up all of our stuff and everything else. That should be taken care of. So we got that going. Let's look at what we need to do here. So like I say, we are currently out of crude oil. Nothing's running because we are out of crude oil. And we're getting a little bit of a trickle in. So let's take a look here and see what we got. So oil. And we are already plucking off of this one. We are plucking off of this one. And we are, I do believe, plucking off of this one. And all three of those have played out. So I have one over here that we can tap into, and I've got one down here that we can tap into. So I'm going to go and put pumps on those and pumps on those, and we'll get them into our system so that we can get back into production. Now I don't think we have anything else inside our walls other than those two. Now we do have coal liquefaction, I do believe, if it really comes to it. But there's a field here that we can cut off. There's a field here that we can cut off. We just have to move this train. And I think there's one, yeah, there's a few of them up here that we could snag. So we have them available. So off camera, what I'm, like I say, I'm going to do is I'm going to grab up these two that we can grab up, and then I'm going to go around and grab up all of these other resource patches that we're not tapping into right now, that we need to tap into. I'm going to at least get miners on them so we can start routing them over. I also want to place radar so that we can see these dead areas, and I think we're going to yank out the solar and move it, because like I had said, I really kind of want to bring trains in here and feed this feed our smelting, and I want to leave it where it's set up, although we got to take that up now, because we're going to take that up and replace it with the right furnaces anyway. So I'm going to scratch my head on where we're going to put that, but that's what we got going, guys. Kind of a shorter episode. One more thing that I think I will show you guys, if we're not too far away up here. I think we're close enough we can get down and get up here. Oh, we can do it with these guys right here. I'm going to snag up a few of these and some rounds out of each one. There's one more thing I want to show you guys that I just discovered like literally today, and even though you guys aren't seeing this for about a week, and I posted a bonus video for it. I have always wanted to be able to, when I lay down a bunch of turrets and I'm out attacking something, or if I'm laying down a bunch of turrets along a wall, I wanted an easy way to put ammo into these guys without having to go over here, do this, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, and 10, and then there'd be 10 in there. So then I started doing, you know, this thing where I just hold on to them and I hit the Z key and I drop them in, and that works okay. But today I discovered a new thing, and I saw it on somebody's video, and then I spent about an hour Googling it. It turns out with the new update, because you can interact with things from the map view and stuff, you can do something really cool. If I take a turret and I put it down, but I put it down as a ghost, so shift click. Oh, that's the one thing I forgot to do. All right, we got to be outside of anybody else's, any of the bot system, and we have to have our bots turned off as well. All right, so if I shift click and put this down as a ghost, and then I go to my map view. Now it doesn't work on the regular view. If I click on this on the regular view, I can go into it, and I can set target priorities and stuff before I set it down, which is another one of those things that is in the blueprint, but that's not the main thing I want to show. I can grab my rounds. I can't put any rounds in here, okay? But if I go to the map view and I zoom in on this turret and I click on it, it opens the ghost cursor selection thing, right? And then I can go in here to combat and I can take my ammo rounds and I can either place a full stack, or if I want, I can place, okay, hang on. Now I got them in my hand, I got to get rid of them. Or I can place them individually. So I can set this up beforehand to where I've got 10 rounds in there, right? And then if I get out of this, see this got this little marker that says when this is put down, put 10 in it. I can then turn around and take and blueprint this, create a blueprint. And I'm out of map view now, I'm in regular view, right? So we're out of map view. I can blueprint this all day long. And then when I turn my bots on, not only is it going to put down the turrets, it's going to put the ammo in them. Now I do believe, let's check this and see. Pick these up, turn our bots off, grab a turret, put it down as a ghost, go into map view. Now, I do believe I can also target priority and pass it along. So like if I wanted to say, make the target priority the worms, right? I could turn around and say, I want you to shoot at the worms before you shoot at anything else. That'll be the priority, right? And then I can go, okay, put rounds in it and be done. So if I wanted some turrets to say with uranium rounds, and I wanted to go after like the big behemoths with uranium rounds, I could specifically make some turrets that are for the behemoths. Now I do believe that now that I have that, I can blueprint that, and it keeps everything. So now we get completely out of this and in the regular mode. I can put these down, turn on my bots, it will put them down, and it has the targeting priority. So if I decide to make, say, a square of these, oh, come on, right, where I've got 1, 2, 3, and 3 by 3 or whatever, and I blueprint that, and I'm doing turret creep, I can just go boom, bada boom, bada boom with a blueprint, and I can just keep right on walking and let my bots do the work. That to me is going to be a big game changer. Now I've tried it. You can't do it with chests. I can't tell a chest, hey, blueprint this chest and then put X, Y, and Z in the chest. It doesn't seem to work with that. I have not tried it with factories, and I have not tried it with like the logistics chest, but just regular chest, it won't do it. But that is a major big deal for me with regards to turret creep early on. Now, I've got lasers now, it's not so much a thing, but before it was huge. So there's something to keep in mind. Now, the other thing I do want to do off camera, I want to take out all of these extra walls and extra belts. So there's a bunch of stuff I've got to do work-wise, but there's no sense making you guys sit through it. So I'm going to take out all the walls, all these extra belts. I'm going to snag up all of the minerals, and I'm going to snag up all of the crude oil. And that's my plan before I see you guys again. All right, so there it is, guys. That's what we're up to. I know it's a little bit of a shorter video, but, you know, it is what it is. And I will talk to you guys later. All right, bye.